Good morning, students. So today we can study about the lumbar vertebrae. Okay. So the previous classes we already got through the cervical vertebrae and thoracic vertebrae. So this is lumbar vertebrae. Okay. So there are 5 lumbar vertebrae in our body. Among them, the first 4 lumbar vertebrae are typical vertebrae, and the last 5th vertebrae is atypical vertebrae. Okay. So the typical vertebrae, that is from first to the 4th vertebrae, they have some common features. Okay. So this is one typical vertebrae, typical lumbar vertebrae. Okay. And look at the features of a typical lumbar vertebrae. Here we can see the body of the lumbar vertebrae. This is the body of lumbar vertebrae, and we can see the body of the lumbar vertebrae is kidney shaped body. Okay. And they are the largest vertebrae. Lumbar vertebrae are the largest vertebrae. So we can see a large body which is kidney shaped, a large kidney shaped body. And the other features, you can see that this is the pedicles. So the pedicles are strong and directed backward. They are directed backward. They are strong and short and strong pedicles. So these are the pedicles. Okay. So they are strong and short, okay, directed backwards. So and it is attached to the upper part of the body, so that the inferior vertebral notch is deeper comparing to the superior vertebral notch. Okay. So inferior vertebral notch is deeper, you can see. Okay. So inferior vertebral notch is deeper because of the attachment of pedicles in the upper part of the body, towards the upper part of the body. Okay. So these are the pedicles. And coming to the lamina also short and strong. Okay. Short and strong lamina. And look at the spine. Here we can see there is a quadrangular shaped spine. Quadrangular or quadrilateral shaped spine can be seen, which is directed backward and slightly downwards towards the lower part. Okay. And towards the lower end, it ends in a tubercle. The spinous process. Spine is quadrangular and it is thickened in its posterior. The posterior part and the inferior border is thickened. Posteriorly and inferiorly it is thickened. So this is the quadrangular shaped spinous process. Okay. And there will be a superior articular process and inferior articular process. The superior articular process, you can see this is the superior articular process. So there bears a facet which is directed medially here inside. This one. Here. So it bears facet which is directed medially. So on either side like this. Okay. So this is superior articular process. Superior articular process bears facet which are directed medially. Okay. And it is far separated from inferior articular process. See, comparing to the inferior, this is inferior articular process. So in case of typical vertebrae, the two inferior articular processes are kept nearer than the superior articular process. The superior articular processes are farther apart comparing to the inferior. So you see the distance between the superior articular process. Okay, it is more when comparing to the distance between the two inferior articular process. Okay, so it is in the typical vertebrae. Okay, so this is the superior articular process with the faces medially. Okay. And here we can see there will be inferior articular process. So these two are the inferior articular process. This also bears facet which are directed laterally. See this one. Okay. So this is the facet here. Okay. So it is directed laterally on either side. Okay. So this is the inferior articular process with facet on either side laterally. Okay, inferior articular process. So these two are the superior articular process. These two are the inferior articular process. These two. Okay. And look at the transverse process. So this is the transverse process. Transverse process. So it is tapering and it is directed laterally and backwards. Okay. It is directed laterally and backwards, tapering small transverse process, and towards the posterior part, posteriorly and inferior to the transverse process, there is another process that is known as accessory process. Accessory process, which represents the true transverse process. So this represents the true transverse process, this accessory process, and this transverse process is actually, it is a costal element. In this, there are two parts for the transverse process. There is a true transverse process and costal element. The costal element, in case of thoracic vertebrae, it forms the ribs. Ribs. Okay. And here we can see this is the transverse process. Here there will be an accessory process. So these are the features of typical lumbar vertebrae. So then we can see the fifth lumbar vertebrae, that is the atypical vertebrae. So this is the fifth lumbar vertebrae. So here we can see. So in this you can see typical lumbar vertebrae. The most distinguishing features are this possesses a large body. So the body is large, and we can see the transverse process is thick when comparing to the typical vertebrae. Here we can see a thick transverse process which are projecting from the pedicels, so which encroaches the pedicels. So here we can't distinguish the pedicles here. These are the pedicles actually. Okay. And on either side we can see the transverse processes are encroaching towards the pedicels. Okay, attached towards the wall length of the pedicels or pedicles. Okay. So this is a thick transverse process which are attached towards the pedicels. Okay. And encroaches towards the body also. Transverse process coming towards the body. And another distinguishing feature is this is the superior articular process, and here we can see these are the inferior articular process. So in the typical vertebrae, we had seen the superior articular process are farther kept separated, farther apart, but in case of inferior articular process, they are placed nearer. Okay. But in case of this fifth lumbar vertebrae, we can see the inferior articular processes are kept on the same line, either on the same line with the superior articular processes, or they will be kept more farther than the superior articular process. So that is one of the distinguishing feature. Here we can see both are in the same line, superior articular processes and inferior articular processes. That is one of the distinguishing feature for the fifth lumbar vertebrae. Okay, and look at the spine. The spine is small, short, and it is rounded at the tip. At the tip portion, it is rounded at the tip, small and short. But in case of our typical vertebrae, it is large and quadrangular like this. Okay. In case of the fifth lumbar vertebrae, it is small, short, and rounded at the end or the tip. Then, so these are the features, okay, of the fifth lumbar vertebrae, atypical vertebrae. So it has a large body comparing to the typical vertebrae. The body is larger, and the transverse process is transverse processes are thick and short, and it is pyramidal in shape. Okay. It's pyramidal in shape, and it is attached towards the wall length of the pedicles and also towards the body. Okay. And so processes and inferior articular processes are kept at the same line. Okay. Then spine is small and ends in a small project or rounded tip. So these are the main features of the fifth lumbar vertebrae. For the ossification of vertebrae, so each vertebrae develops from the three primary centers. Okay, it develops from three primary centers, one for this body, centrum, or one for the body and two for the neural arch on either half. One for the one side, another for the another side. Okay, two for the two neural arches. Okay. And this appears at the third month of the fetal life. The primary center appears at the third month of the fetal life, and it had two halves. These two neural arches, the two centers will fuse together each other posteriorly during the first year. So these two primary centers will fuse together during the first year, and this neural arch will be fuses with the body at the 6th year. Okay, these neural arches will fuses to the body at the 6th year. And there will be 7 secondary centers for the 7 secondary centers for the vertebrae. So one is for the upper part of the upper surface of the body. One secondary center is for the upper surface of the body, another for the lower surface of the body, another for the lower part of the body, and for one center for the tip of the transverse process. One center is for the tip of the transverse process, then one center for the tip of the transverse process each either side, then one center for the mammillary process, and one center for the tip of the spine. So mammillary process I forgot to tell you. So this is the superior articular process. So towards the inferior aspect and posterior part of the superior articular process, we can see there is a projection. This is the mammillary process. Okay, so superior articular process. These are the superior articular process. Towards the posterior and inferior part of the superior articular process, there is a projection. This is known as mammillary body. Okay, and coming to the applied aspect, sometimes the fifth cervical lumbar vertebrae will be seen along with fused with the sacrum. So this is our sacrum bone. Sometimes we can see fifth lumbar vertebrae is seen fuses with the sacrum. Okay, and this is known as sacralization of the fifth lumbar vertebrae. Sacralization, fusion of the fifth lumbar vertebrae with the sacrum, like this we can see in some body. Sacralization. Okay. So that's all about the lumbar vertebrae.